A couple more days, maybe as early as Tuesday, that we'll be into our more permanent studio. So we're excited about that. So looking forward to bringing that to you. Should be a lot of fun to get into a regular streaming space again. But we will get there. In the meantime, it's Sunday, which means we have plenty of time for some Battletech Advanced. So let's jump into it. We've got a 4-star capture base mission just to start us off a little easier today. We're on a 4.5 skull planet. So we're going to have some 4.5 and 5 skull missions. And then we will, if we have more time, travel to another planet for some more 4 and 5 skull missions. Excited to be here. Looking forward to a fun stream with all of you. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. We should be loaded in just a minute. All right, our objective is to land, capture the base, and take complete images of the contents of their database. Once they realize what we're doing, they'll launch a counteroffensive, so we need you to stay in the field until the download is complete.
Command interface initiated.
All right, we got enemy contact right off the get-go. Alright, so we got some turrets, and it looks like we've got some vehicles, including a Mars assault vehicle, a Von Lucker main battle tank, and 2 other serious vehicles. So it looks like we're going to have to fight some vehicles before we get over to our primary objective. We got a weapons carrier here, so let's move our linebacker in and focus in on taking out that weapons carrier.
Target locked.
Not what I was hoping for from that first shot. I love how Jade Falcon's tanks are green. I don't think the Jade Falcon would bother to paint their tanks green, but it's entertaining. Alright, turrets are going after our linebacker. I dropped our tonnage a fair amount because this is a 4-skull mission. So we've got a whole bunch of Timberwolves, a linebacker, a Night Gear. Definitely trying to go with a lighter drop this mission just to make things a little bit more interesting. Speaking of our Night Gear, Night Gear is in a missile build. Let's make sure we get rid of that missile carrier. Nice easy target to get off the field quickly. Oh, don't prove me wrong. Alright, the last missile literally took out that weapons carrier. So good thing we threw everything we had at that one target. Oh, Looks like there's a thumper turret. We're going to have to prioritize that. It can be quite nasty.
Waiting for orders.
Let's try to get to some cover with our Timberwolf here. We've got a Mars assault vehicle, Von Lucker main battle tank, and a demolisher. Also have a heavy sniper turret here in the distance. And that thumper turret. Alright, let's go after the Mars assault vehicle here. I want to try to get these bigger threats off the field as soon as possible. If we can, yeah, we're better off focusing down on these initial enemy vehicles, just from a location standpoint. It's a relatively hot map. Hopefully we can keep pushing through on this Mars assault vehicle, get a couple mechs shooting at it at the same time. Which means our linebacker is going to bear the brunt of a lot of this initial firepower from the turrets. I have to pull the linebacker back. Let's get our Warhawk into a good sniper position with those ERPPCs. And we've got a good hit percent on that thumper chart. We're going to overheat here, but hopefully this is going to be worth it if we take out this thumper turret. There we go. We're going to overheat a little, but
I'm generating a lot of heat.
if it means that thumper turret doesn't get to shoot again, it's worth it. Little swarm LRM fire.
Barely hit, Commander.
Nothing too serious there. Let's push out our Direwolf. One of our two heavy hitters on this mission. Ooh, good hits on that Mars assault vehicle. Nothing like fighting a bunch of vehicles. The risk is high and the salvage is low, but
Light damage. Holding firm.
hopefully we'll have some enemy reinforcements that'll increase the chances we get some better salvage here. Alright, there goes that Mars assault vehicle 1. Still have another one left.
Commander.
Let's get the linebacker evasive as possible, while still giving him some cover. got a weapons carrier, heavy sniper turret, heavy mortar turret. Can be nice sometimes when you're low on SRM6s and you come across a turret. A carrier though. Hey, Skewed One. How are you doing today? How are things in your world? How's work? How's gaming? How's the family? Let us know what's going on. It's great to see you as always. Always great to play some BTA on a Sunday morning too. I guarantee you, with the rest of my day ahead of me full of unpacking boxes of stuff, this is definitely the highlight of my morning. Or my day, probably. Oh, is it snowing there, Skewed One, where you're at? I don't get nearly enough snow on in my part of the woods. Let's take out that heavy sniper turret if we can. There we go. It's always nice to hear about snow in December. I miss those times. I grew up in the Midwest myself. Why do they call it the Midwest when it's really the Mid-East geographically? But that being said, I do miss those days of snow. Oh, you've taken a whole week off for PTO, huh? I'm actually surprised that they gave you PTO, given what you do in the current situation. I know a lot of people in the medical field have basically been told no time off for the foreseeable future. So I'm glad you were able to get some time off. So that's excellent to hear, my friend. Alright, trying to get rid of that Mars assault vehicle. 4 days. I accrue at an alarming rate. They usually wind up forcing me to take off. Very nice. So you go back to work when? When do you go back to work, Skewed One? And more importantly, what are you going to do with that time? That's a lot of time off. I'm very jealous, my friend. Very jealous indeed. You go back to work next Saturday, so you have almost a whole 6 days off. Very nice. Sounds like a good time to do it. Good time to stay home safe. What are your restrictions related to COVID in Oklahoma these days? I think California, where I am, is the most restrictive in the country. Puma assault tank. They are certainly sending a lot of vehicles at us, which is not so much fun. Well, you're going to play some Fuser and Demon Souls. So that's good. Are Is your family all off this week as well? You know, you always have to balance family time and gaming time. I know that all too well. Alright, let's see if we can make this Mars assault vehicle go away. There we go. It's a good question. I don't know. The only place I see outside my house and work is a convenience store. Well, that's probably for the best. The skewed one. That's probably for the best. We are at a critical juncture for all of us where we just need to make smart decisions
Keep an eye on my keep, Commander.
about what we do with respect to. We're gonna have to do vigilance here. Oh no, we gotta shut down. That's not good.
Reporting overheat. Shutting down.
Let's see. No, just yourself. Your girlfriend maybe get called off if her patients cancel. Oh, okay. So you get a little quiet quality time in the old man cave, so to speak. A skewed one. That's definitely a lot of fun. Ooh, linebacker is getting beat up. Linebacker gets beat up every time.
Big hit.
It's just a little undertunned for the missions we're taking on right now. Yeah, I might have to eject the linebacker here.
Can't take many more of those.
Don't want to end up with a broken mech. That does not help us. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. Please get involved in the chat room. If you have any questions, Skewed One is our moderator, and he can help you with anything you need in chat while he's on. Well, I also want to remind everybody that we have a giveaway. So each and every person who follows us, it'll help if I spell giveaway correctly, gets entered into the Funko Pop giveaway. So definitely keep that in mind if you're interested in Funko Pops, or if you just like free stuff. Let's hit that demolisher while we can. We'd love to say thank you in any way that we can to everybody who's joining our streams. We're going to definitely be branching out in the next couple weeks into a larger number of games. There's still going to be Battletech on a regular basis. But we're definitely going to try to be branching out to increase the games that we give to you. We got a Rhino Fire Support tank, a Puma Assault tank. They're throwing a lot of tanks at us that don't really give us a lot of salvage value. So this is one of those missions that's definitely going to be a grind. Oh, hard hit on the linebacker. I need to get that linebacker ejected, assuming it survives. It's just bad luck that it got stuck right next to the enemy base. Ooh, good hits on that Puma. Oh, lucky strike there. We must have hit some ammo for that to happen that quickly. Oh, hard hit. Hard hit on our linebacker. Oh. There's a big part of my soul that wants to just go in and go for melee here, but that's the one weakness for these clan maxes. It's not worth going for melee. It's just not. It's got some serious heat issues on this map. Playing havoc on my Warhawks. Skewed One, have you heard any update on when we're gonna get a update for BTA? I haven't seen anything in the Discord or anything on the videos from the developer Bloody Dove. So I'm just curious about when that is going to happen. Really looking forward to that because then I'm going to do a fresh start. I could do the fresh start now, but I want to do it fresh when the new changes come in because it's going to significantly impact some of the strategy that you want to use early on in the game. Good hits on that Von Luckner tank. Alright, let's see if we can finish this thing off. Let's see, 2 Gosses would be overkill, so let's split it up. Oh, 1 apparently was overkill. So I'm looking forward to starting a fresh start, and then we have a number of games that we're looking at expanding to. I wanted to get the update. Oh, there goes our linebacker. I was going to try to save it, not to be. Wanted to get the update out before Christmas. So the fact that it's taking a while for that update tells me it's going to be a pretty significant update. Because usually we get updates every 2 weeks or so. And if it waits till Christmas, that's a full month since our last update. Now, I'm not complaining at all. I'm just telling you, logistically, that tells me, a Skewed One, that it's probably a pretty significant update if it's taking them a month to put it together. Now, keep in mind, it's also the holidays, so that's a factor as well. Could simply be they don't have as much modding resources this time of year, but I have a feeling that it means that there's probably a pretty significant update, so I'm excited about that. Keep working on this Rhino fire support tank. So I'm excited about that. If there is an update right before Christmas, should have a fair amount of time to do some playthroughs once that update goes through. We're also looking into doing some Baldur's Gate 3. Some Elite Dangerous is something I've been planning to do for quite some time. Looking forward to that. So we've got quite a few things that we're going to be rolling out over the next couple of weeks now that my move is at least halfway done. You know, I still feel like a move is done in thirds. So a third is packing. The second third is generally the situation where you physically move your stuff, and then the third part is the unpacking. So, you know, theoretically, I'm 2/3 of the way through this move. Where systems scare you? What do you mean, a Skewed One? Give me some insights about the systems that scare you. There is a lot of systems that you need to learn in Elite Dangerous, that's for sure. And you have to learn to manage things a lot on the fly. But I'm excited about giving Elite Dangerous a real try. I've played a little of it, but I haven't really put in a lot of quality time, so I'm excited about giving it a real go. And that's a good game to just do as part of a rotation Oh, here we go. I love the Clan Jade Falcon. Leopard is green. Alright, here's the real threat. At least we took out most of the turrets. Most. You don't want that much of a flight simulator. Well, you know, it's definitely challenging, especially since eventually I'm going to try to add the VR component to Elite Dangerous. So I'm excited about really giving it a go all the way across the board. You know, I'm planning on getting a VR set, and I'm going to try to use that in games where it's viable. And Elite Dangerous is certainly one of those games where you can really use a virtual rig to its full extent. So now the tricky part is for Elite Dangerous is you're not going to be able to see the keyboard or your mouse. So you're going to have to do a lot of it through practice. So it's probably going to be a situation where I need to get fairly experienced with the game before we go all in with the VR. All right, let's hit this Kingfisher here. All right, decent enemy star that just dropped for reinforcements. Fortunately, they actually in a position that we can ambush them a little bit. So that's always a good thing. We still have one base turret available and 2 enemy vehicles available. So we have to deal with those as well. Alright, let's see if we can't get into the rear of some of these vehicles. Take advantage of the opportunity to shoot them in the back. Yeah, mortar turrets are probably one of my least favorite turrets. That's for sure. Alright, these enemy reinforcements, ouch. Ooh, that Warhammer just reminded me that it's still a threat. Just put some significant hurt in on one of my Timberwolves there. Let's see if we can hit this. See if we can hit this Sun Spider in the rear while we can. Nice hits there, engine critical. So, Skewed One, in addition to those games, you know, where there's been kind of a slowdown as far as, ooh, all right. 2 mechs down on this battle. Definitely giving me a real battle here. All right, that's 2 mechs down. All right, this is going to be a real nasty battle to push our way through. So other than that, a Skewed One, what other games do you think would be of value in the channel? Trying to get as much feedback as I can as far as what would be enjoyable for everybody. We're obviously still going to do a fair amount of Battletech. We also have some MechWarrior 5 that we're always going to dip our toes into. But I love to get feedback from everybody in the chats and the streams to figure out what games we really want to highlight on the channel. Let's just go center torso on the Kingfisher here. We need to get a couple targets off the field. I was hoping that would take one off the field. Alright, let's see if we can finish this Kingfisher off. Ooh. Not what I was hoping for from that Gauss rifle salvo. We've got some significant enemy forces on the field, including that mortar. Slowly tearing us up here. Actually, that wasn't mortars, that because our AMS fired. Those are just vehicles that are shooting off missiles there. So that was not the turret. Alright. Hellbringer's doing some sensor locking, which actually caused it to overheat. Alright, we need to get some guns off the field here. Alright, let's see if we can finish off this Kingfisher. Alright, there we go. Finally got an enemy off the field there. Still have a lot of enemies on this map. This feels like it's a lot harder than a 4-skull mission, which is what it was billed as.
Commander.
Alright. Alright, we're backing our Timberwolf into a corner here, but I want to keep shooting. These guys in the back as much as possible, especially this Warhammer. Nice hits there.
Critical hit, Commander. My mech is overheating.
That's good feedback, Askewed One. Yeah, we're still going to be doing plenty of stompy robots here. As long as mods keep coming out for BattleTech and keep getting updated, that's going to be a constant for me. M002. All right, I'm brain freezing. What's M0? Oh. M002. What? I'm not sure what. Oh, IMG. Oh, sorry. I thought that was a skewed one that said that. IMG has joined our team, and he's going to be doing some streaming. And he's going to be playing M002 on Monday. Oh, jeez. Wow, that's not good. Our Madar got beat down there. So, IMG, why don't you give everybody a pitch? Tell them about the game and the time that you're going to be streaming, so everybody knows. We are getting hammered in this mission. All right, there goes another one of the enemy reinforcements. Got some tough choices to make here because we are getting beat down.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, we still have our direwolf. As long as we have our direwolf, we're still in the fight here. Let's do precision strike. Center torso. Let's just try to get this Royal Warhammer off the map here.
Critical hit, Commander.
Not what I was hoping for there. Alright, our Madar is in a bad place here. Alright, we haven't lost any components yet. But, question is, should I just eject here? You know what? We're going to eject here. I don't want to completely rebuild the Madar. So we're going to eject. That puts the pilots we still have on the field in a tough place, but I can't justify because that Madar is just going to get destroyed very quickly. This is where sometimes I wish clan mechs were actually useful in melee, because then I could probably change up my strategy a little bit here. But the reality is they can't. They're not going to do me any good with melee. So let's see if we can finish off this Warhammer here. There we go. Alright, Warhammer down. So I got 2 Sun Spiders, some vehicles, and a turret left. Hopefully this is not, there isn't another wave of reinforcements. Because we are a little capped out here. Alright, let's get some more hits into the rear of the Sun Spider. There we go. We got one. We got it to pop. That's good. Oh, IMG. You're talking about Masters of Orion. Okay. All right. Now you got my interest, because I do love Masters of Orion. It was one of my favorite games. So I am on board with Retro Gaming Night. That is going to be a lot of fun. Why don't you tell everybody what time, if you have a rough time for when you're going to be streaming Masters of Orion, because I agree that is a very fun game. Definitely a game that I'll want to try to check out at least a little bit on Monday.
Good to go. Moving to position. Right, Commander.
Ooh, I was hoping that Sun Spider would pop there. Yeah, we're really excited to have more streamers join our team. Really trying to follow the same success of people before us, such as No Guts, No Galaxy, where they have multiple streamers on one channel that all love the same things. So that is one of our goals. All right, so we're going to do, so that you heard it here, 4 p.m. Monday till 6 on Monday. So, IMG, are you going to, I know from experience that 2 hours just basically scratches the surface of Masters of Orion. So I'm assuming it's going to be an ongoing series where people can follow, where you're only going to play it as part of the stream, so everybody can follow along with the story that you're putting together. That could be a lot of fun. All right, we got a weapons carrier here. Let's get rid of that as quick as we can. I'm glad we took out some of these mechs so we can finish off these vehicles. And get on with this capturing of this base. There we go, vehicle destroyed. So I think we have 3 more vehicles and a turret, and then we are going to be in a good position to move on to the next mission. This has been a very expensive mission for us. I'm telling you, whenever you go into the fighting the clans, as soon as you get overconfident, they just come in and kick you in the teeth. IMG, I don't know if you heard, but the latest update for the next update for BTA is they're going to try to get it out before Christmas, and it's going to have a material change in how you play BTA. Sounds good. Let's see. Yep, he's got. I know he's got battle armor planned for the next update, and I know they're gonna want to do a update on the weapons system, the gunnery, which is really what interests me the most. Because I see that as being a material change. The battle armor is going to be kind of cute. I don't disagree with you. And they're kind of an interesting item. But I think while everybody's excited about battle armor, I think they're really going to see the biggest change with the gunnery tweaks that we're going to see in the next update. So much so that I think there's some people that will not want to do the update until they see a couple other people play the update. Because I know there's a lot of people who like the current gunnery. Personally, I think it's great that we're trying to find more ways to make the game as realistic as possible. So I'm on board with the changes myself. Well, you know, it really depends, IMG. Because battle armor, it really depends on a couple factors. And there's, you know, battle armor historically is a great ambush weapon. So whenever you have the opportunity to use battle armor where you can be undetectable until you ambush, it can still be very effective, even if it sounds like it doesn't have a lot of firepower. At the right place and the right time, it can be very effective. Let's see if we can get rid of this turret. I know we're going to overheat here, but it would be worth it. There we go. There goes the turret. Get into the capture zone. I mean, I think the battle armor is going to be very interesting. It's also going to be used a lot in the urban environment, where they have it set up to basically ambush you randomly in the urban environment. So you'll be traveling through an urban environment, and then suddenly some battle armor will come out and attack you. Nice little payday here, due to the additional enemy forces. It's not going to come close to paying for all the repairs that we need to make. Alright, let's see. Problem is not a lot of this not a lot of these mechs are really that interesting to me. Yeah, we'll take 2 Sun Spider parts just so we can make a Sun Spider. Let's see. I could take some Gauss rifles just to take them. Actually, I need a light tag more than I need. I'm really just picking components that I want and not trying to maximize salvage for sure. Ooh, clan plasma cannons. Yes, please. I do love plasma cannons. Alright, let's see what else we can find. We got plenty of XL engines. Love to find some heatsink kits. I guess we'll find... Ooh, 4 Guardian ECMs. Yeah, we'll take that. That's something I definitely need. I love those. I love getting those clan plasma cannons, though. Ooh, Bloody Dove said he was going to put a game mode together where you start with 4 sets of battle armor. How about you take that one, see how that goes? You know what? I would do that. So I would definitely look at putting together a... I would be happy to start out with 4 sets of battle armor. I think that would be a challenging playthrough. I've said before, once we get vehicles going, that I would do that as well. I would just start out with 4 vehicles. So yeah, I think I would give that a try for sure. All right, let's go to the barracks first. Looks like we have some people who need, let's see, probably Mockingbird. Need some training. I would definitely start out. Yeah, plasma, clan plasma, or long range heat only. Yes, you are correct. But I think that's a very useful piece of equipment. I'm going to show you some different ways we can use that.
Yes, Commander.
But I do love the potential of those plasma weapons for sure. So we're probably going to build those into some of these mechs. All right. All right, so we got some repairs to make. Wow. We really had a number done on us here. All right. Fortunately, we didn't lose that much here on the Madar because we ejected at the right time. If I'd stuck this out, this would have been a very expensive repair. So I'm glad we did what we did. Okay. And we lost some Gauss ammo, no big deal. Got plenty of Gauss ammo. Alright, that gets us where we need to be. On the Madar. So, IMG, that sounds like a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing your Masters of Orion 2 playthrough. I can't believe I blanked on what that was. Since I played that game a lot when I was much younger. So I used to spend days playing MechWarrior Online, or not MechWarrior, Masters of Orion. Excuse me. Well, I played MechWarrior Online for days at a time too. Ooh. This Timberwolf got beat down. I think we might actually just scrap this Timberwolf. Yeah, we're going to scrap it. And our linebacker was not recoverable. So let's go into mech storage and see what we have to play with. We got some mechs to replace. Alright, we build a gargoyle. Okay. Alright, so we don't want to do the missile support gargoyle, so we'll do the direct fire support gargoyle. Okay, so we got that. What else do we have in storage we could put together? We need something on the lower tonnage. Oh, we could put together a Sun Spider. Alright, so Sun Spider D with an Ultra Cannon 20 in each arm. Don't like that. Let's do the Sun Spider A. Alright, that gives us some more toys to play with. Let's see. Does that fill up our mech bay? It does. You know, I could build the Sun Spider D. We're not really doing anything with this Nova. What if I put that into storage? Hey, iCypher. Yep, we repaired the damage from yesterday. Also, thank you for the heads up on Baldur's Gate. I am playing some of it off camera when I can, just to get up to speed on the game, and then we're definitely going to be doing some streaming of that game because it looks like it's a very interesting title. So thank you for the heads up on that. All right, so now we have some plasma rifles. So how are we going to fit those in? Let's see. Because I do like the plasma rifles. Let's take a look at our Warhawk. One of the problems with our Warhawk here is that we're really running hot as far as the ability. We can't actually use all of the weapons that we have. So, plasma cannon. What if we take off 2 of our ERPPCs? Put on 2 plasma cannons. Alright, and that actually gives us some additional tonnage. So what if we put on an ER medium and ER medium? Not too many weapons on that arm. Let's see, what could we do? Alright, we can move one of the double seat heat sinks and then put the ER medium laser here. Now that reduces some of our firepower. or we could do this. We could have 3 ERPPCs. Three ERPPCs, 2 plasma cannons, but I need room for ammo, so that won't work. That will not work. We'll take off one of the plasma cannons, and then we're gonna need ammo. All right. One good thing about the plasma cannons is they do not overheat, or they don't explode because they're basically just plastic. Let's put on another double heat sink. All right, we're gonna get a little bit more, a little less firepower, but we're gonna be able to shoot all of our weapons here. So let's give that a try. Yeah, iCypher, we're definitely going to be doing some Baldur's Gate. The trick with Baldur's Gate is the fact that I need to get up to speed on it. Fortunately, IMG has played Baldur's Gate a fair amount, so hopefully we can play a little on and off camera to get up to speed, and then we can have some fun streams out of it. It's probably going to be something we're going to be doing in the evenings in the US, which would probably be much earlier in the day for you. So that could be a win-win for you, for sure. All right, we got some mech repairs to do here. Warhawk, Timberwolf. Yeah, we're definitely going to be going with some BT mechs here going forward. We're going to have to really maximize our strategy here. We do have the Godzilla that we could roll out, though. We picked that up yesterday. All right, let's at least get those 2 mechs back into the routine. All right, so we have a 4.5 skull destroy base or a 5 skull recovery. Let's do the destroy base first. 4.5 skull. All right, so we're going to take our direwolf. Should I take another direwolf? No, we're going to take our Godzilla, just because we haven't taken the Godzilla out to play yet. So we'll take the Godzilla out to play. It's going to be a little slow, so in some cases we're going to be waiting for the Godzilla to catch up with us. All right, let's push this Timberwolf down. We're definitely going to take our new Warhawk with the plasma, because I want to see how that works. That's already in the rotation. So let's take our other Warhawk. See what pilots we have. We'll take Tainted Loki. Askewed One, you've never had a Godzilla? It just kind of showed up on our last mission. All right. You know, we'll take a Timberwolf Prime as kind of a scout and fire support here. So I think this will be a pretty good... We'll take Ronin. And let's go. All right, so Godzilla is going to be one of the limitations. So while... I mean, he's probably about the same speed as our Madar, so it should be about an equivalent trade-off. The Godzilla does have slightly more firepower because it has some medium lasers in addition to the 4 Gosses. But it doesn't have quite as much armor. And it's a little slower. So To be honest, the skewed one, I think this is the first time I've taken a Godzilla out into the field, so it'll be interesting to see how it performs. I've fought them before, but I think this is the first time that I've put one together and used it in the field. I think I got it once and I sold it just because I had some other mechs that I preferred. So this is the first time I've actually used it. Hopefully those plasma rifles will come in handy, or that plasma rifle will come in handy to do some overheating. Our Mackie, which was our artillery fire support, is currently under repair due to yesterday's battles. So we don't have that available, and I really like to have artillery. It's one of my favorite strategies. All right, destroy the base. All right. Base garrison, destroy the facility. All right. Everything seems pretty straightforward so far. We'll see what happens. As you can see, the Godzilla is slow. So what we should probably do is range out the rest of our mechs to the left and the right. Which will increase our vision, and it'll give us the ability to not outdistance the Godzilla. So let's do that. Put some mechs out in both sides. Yeah, the base Annihilator. I thought the base Annihilator was okay, but the Godzilla is really at a much higher level. I will take a Gauss rifle over an AC every day of the week. We could certainly have a discussion about it. I know some people really like ACs, but I just think, yes, there is a slight reduction in damage between the Gauss and the ACs, some of the ACs, but the increased accuracy and the increased range, I think, more than makes up for it. One time somebody asked me what the best AC weapon was, and I told them it was Gauss rifle. And of course that is not the truth, because a Gauss rifle is not an AC, but that's just kind of my stand on it. If I have a choice between a Gauss rifle and an AC, even if the Gauss rifle has slightly less firepower, I tend to go with the Gauss rifle, especially clan Gauss rifles, because their tonnage is so low.
Waiting for orders.
All right, let's push the Timberwolves. We're trying to spread out around the flank, both to give us more. All right. So we got several vehicles, a mech. This is going to be another mission where vehicles are the first defenders that we have to deal with. All right. So let's push up, see what we're up against here. All right. The good news is, all right, so we have a star of mechs, basically, and a star of vehicles that we're up against. Okay, that's not that bad. We got a Vapor Eagle, an Elkhorn, a Puma. I'm leaning towards going after the Elkhorn here first, because that triple Gauss is a lot of firepower, but the Elkhorn is easy to take out. So how do you rate the Ultra Cannon versus the Gauss? Gauss is better than regular AC, but I think there's an argument for the Ultra Autocannon. There is, but I think the accuracy is, as IMG just said, the accuracy is the big problem. So every time you shoot an AC, round after round after round, your accuracy is going to get worse and worse over time. All right, let's see what this plasma cannon can do for us on this assault tank. Well, nice hits there. Don't really have to worry about the heat bonus on the assault tank. But it did allow us to fire all of our weapons, which is something we weren't able to do before. We were always having to either overheat or not use one of our PPCs. So the Ultra Cannons, each time they fire, lose accuracy, right? So in reality, your Ultra Cannons are going to lose their accuracy twice as fast, which is one of the big reasons I'm just not a fan of that over simply just having Gauss rifles, which don't have the same recoil negative impact round after round after round. So in my opinion, I still, in the Ultra Cannons, if they have a lot of hitting power, their range is severely limited. Whereas a Gauss rifle, you don't have those same limitations on both accuracy and range. I mean, Ultra Cannons definitely do have a place. You know, obviously I would take an Ultra Cannon over a regular AC, but I can't think of situations where I would take a Ultra Cannon over a Gauss. Sure, and it really has to do with your playing style. I know a lot of people who like to get in down and dirty with the enemy. I actually prefer long range engagements because it really maximizes strategy. So that's kind of where I am. I know there's some people who would definitely say they will take Ultra Cannons over a Gauss rifle every time because of the raw firepower. All right, speaking of firepower, let's get our Gausszilla in a good firing position here. I think we should just try to finish off this Alcorn if we get lucky here. There we go. Actually did some damage to the base too, I believe. So I want to encourage everyone to get involved in the chat room. We have a great community here. If you're new, you know, get involved. If you have any questions about BattleTech, if you have any questions about modded BattleTech, if you just have suggestions about gameplay, all those things are fair game here. All right, we got some turrets, looks like getting in the mix here. That was either a turret or a vehicle. So now that we've got the enemy actually interested in us and moving forward towards us, there's no reason that we can't move laterally and even retreat a little bit to get the enemy away from the base. That's definitely something we want to do. iCypher says, I like the Ultra Cannon 20 on an assault punch bot. I'm only going to fire once or twice per fight before I get into melee, so accuracy issue isn't much of a concern. But you're right, it depends on playstyle. Yeah. It really does. And that's one of the things I love about BattleTech is there is no right or wrong. Everybody can figure out what works for them and be successful. I know some people who actually do 100% punch bots and don't even want to think about long range fights. They just like to go in as close as possible. I know some people who still do missile boats, and that's their strategy. So, you know, there's a lot of pluses and minuses to every play style. Even with their chances of damaging themselves, I'm starting to get a shine on HVACs. Yeah, HVACs are nice. HVACs are kind of a hybrid weapon between the Gauss and the ACs. So that they're kind of a hybrid weapon. So there's definitely a value to them. They're just kind of hard to find. It's hard to find them, and it's hard to get the ammo for them. So that's one of the reasons that I might shy away from that weapons platform, because I like to pair up weapons. I don't like to have a mismatch of weapons on my mechs. I like to have like multiple Gauss rifles or multiple ACs of the same type, so I can really build a platform that's really good at doing one thing. So that's why HVACs are sometimes hard to find. So that's, I haven't seen a cougar in quite some time. So that's why I try to get away from them. IMG says, ally with Lyrian, it comes unlimited in their store. Okay, that's a good tip. That might be something I'll give a try to. I don't tend to start in Lyrian space very often. And part of the reason for that is because if I end up in Lyrian space, I tend to go to the clans a little too early. And I like to go for the clans really at the end of my playthroughs. Because if I get too much clan technology and then I go back and fight the inner sphere, it becomes too easy. Whereas if I fight in the inner sphere and then I move on to the clans, it's more of a challenge. And Lyrian space is really close to the clans, which makes it really hard not to just go in there and get a whole bunch of clan tech. A Skewed One says, I actually have a Hunchy running around with 2 HV2s and a bombast laser. That's an interesting combination. And that's one of the reasons I love, this game, because there's so many different ways you can play this game. IMG, it's all... I wouldn't say I go early to clan space, but I say what I mean by that is I tend to get to clan space much later if I start in House Merrick space or in House Davion space. I end up going much later, or if I do a pirate start, then I start much later going into clan space. I actually started this playthrough as a pirate start. So I'm going to clan space very late. And the only reason I went to clan space as early as I did is because I was expecting to do a restart pretty soon. Not the best hit percent chances here. Alright, let's do precision strike. Let's go center torso. Maybe we'll get a lucky shot in on this Warhammer in the center torso. No luck there. So, it's all relative, IMG. I just find that if I start out in Lyrian space, I end up in clan space way too quickly. I'm drawn to fighting the clans. And I never do a straight up clan start because of the same reason. Is once I once I get all that clan technology, it just becomes a little anticlimactic. So that's just me. Everybody does things a little differently. I also know some people that like to just raid clan space for a little while, get a little clan technology, and then go back to the inner sphere. And there's no wrong way of playing it. That's why I love BattleTech so much. There's so many different ways you can play it, and you can play it different ways each time, that the replayability of this game is off the charts. Another game, ironically, that had a lot of replayability, since you're actually going to be doing a playthrough of Masters of Orion IMG, would be Masters of Orion. I would argue that game had a ton of replayability because there were so many different ways you could play that game. Good hits on that Warhammer with our Godzilla. There's no reason for us to rush towards the base here. We can actually try to draw the enemy away from the turrets as much as we can. So we can do some lateral movement, and we can use some retreating and advancing to draw the enemy away from the base. That's usually a much better scenario than if we push in and then we're fighting 10 enemy units plus the enemy. So right now, actually, we have 15 enemies, if I'm not mistaken, on the map right now. Although one of them just killed themselves. So when we started out in this mission, we were up against 15 enemies, and we have 7 mechs. So it's to our benefit to fight this strategically and draw the enemy away from the turrets. Otherwise, we're fighting 15 enemies plus 4 turrets all at the same time. And that's a recipe for disaster. All right, they're really going after that Timberwolf. We're going to have to pull that Timberwolf back.
Damage minimal.
Let's see if we can actually get through a mission without losing a mech, because I've had a bad string of luck as far as losing mechs the last couple days. I'm probably just rusty because I spent 3 days not playing. I've probably gotten rusty. Oh, we're going to get knocked down on our Timberwolf here. Not good. Oh, you were saying Lyrian and thinking Liao. Yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah, Lyrian space is very close to clan space. You're right next to Clan Wolf and Clan Jade Falcon. So it's really hard not to just say, I'm just going to go in to clan space early. And it's not a bad thing. It's certainly fun for a while. But then where do you go after you fight the clans? If you go to the clan space early and you get a whole bunch of clan technology, then it becomes a situation where if you go back to the inner sphere, it's not a challenge anymore, because your weapons and your mechs are going to be so much better than anything you find, with the possible exception of Comstar, that it's not very challenging at all. I don't think I've ever allied with the Capellans either, a skewed one. I think the Capellans are... Look, all of the houses are dirty bastards when you think about it, right? In the big scheme of things. But I like to think that the Capellans are the worst of the worst as far as being backstabbing house. They always use a lot of trickery, and they also use a lot of deception to maintain their competitive nature. So the Capellans are really a catch-22. You have to give them credit, because the Capellans use guile and strategy and deception. Oh, there goes one of our mechs. I knew I was going to lose a mech on this mission. To achieve what they cannot achieve with force of arms, because they don't have the same firepower as the rest of the major houses. Oops, I misclicked there. How bad is it going to be? Let's see. All right. Yeah, I can't even shoot. Not what I wanted there. Yes, you can get stealth armor with House Liao. So what I like to do is I like to start... If I play as House Davion, I can usually get plenty of stealth armor just by fighting the Capellans. So I do like the stealth armor. So the stealth armor is a perfect example of how House Liao uses deception and strategy to get more bang for their buck. Let's see if we can get rid of this Warhammer. See if we can just pop this Warhammer. There we go. We got an enemy down. We're going to have to pick these guys off because we've got a lot of enemies on the map and I'm tired of losing mechs. So we're not going to be super aggressive here. We're going to try to use some strategy to draw them away from their turrets, because the turrets are what's really kind of giving us a hard time on this map. iCypher says, Battletech is pretty much all varying degrees of bad guys. I think the players are mercenaries because being an honest merc is more honorable than most of what the houses and clans get up to. I think that's absolutely true, iCypher. All of the houses are generally kind of despicable, right? When you think about it, they really put their personal family issues ahead of what's best for their people. They're very dishonest and duplicitous in their dealings with the other houses. There's a lot of mistrust
Keep an eye on my heat, Commander.
and deception all the way around. Let's see. We gotta watch our heat here. We're gonna have to do vigilance. So really, all of the houses are on various levels despicable. That's absolutely true. Hey, Gage Flinton. Is that how I would pronounce that? Gage Flinton. Thank you for joining our channel and joining our stream. We're always happy to have new people here, and I don't believe I've seen you before. So thank you for joining us. All right, let's see if we can keep nipping at some of these enemies here. Heat is a bit of a problem. All right, let's save some heat here on those heavy, large lasers. Just kind of nip away at this Warhawk, trying to draw the enemy as far away from their base and their turrets as possible. All right, turret's going after our direwolf now. One of the challenges of this battle is that it looks like all the enemy turrets have a lot of long range going for them. All right, but we've got Godzilla going for us. So let's see what we can do on this Warhawk here. iCypher says, I think the Renaissance in era European politics is the model for the inner sphere political intrigue. I think there is a lot of truth to that, iCypher. You know, I mean, there are houses that care more for their people than others. I mean, generally speaking, I think the Illyrian Commonwealth, which started out as a bunch of merchants, is more concerned about their people. I would say the same thing with House Davion. Generally speaking, they put a little higher emphasis on the good of their people. Now, House Corita, House Capellan, House Merrick, those houses definitely put their good of the people secondary to the good of the state. That is absolutely true. You know, the Free Worlds League is kind of free world in name only. Because when push comes to shove, they tend to not do the best things for their people as well. So, you know, you could even argue that the clan might even care more about their people than anybody in the inner sphere. Now, we do know clan, of course, has a caste system where they have levels of superiority and inferiority. And I'm not saying that's not the case. But what I am saying is the clans do have a lot of loyalty to their own people. So, for example, a clan warrior might not have a lot of respect for a merchant, but they're still going to have an interest in the well-being of their clan to the point that they will support other members of their clan. Whereas the inner sphere, the major houses will trade planets away regardless of how it impacts their citizens. So, for example, one of the major houses during one of the succession wars, if they traded off 5 planets of their citizens, but they gained 10 planets of another country's citizens, they would think of that as a success, even though their citizens basically their lives have been completely changed just for the good of the country or the house. So, that's kind of my thoughts on that, is that, in the inner sphere, the well-being of the citizens in many ways is secondary to the goals of the house and the idea of becoming the first lord. It really was devastating how these secession wars really took the human race to a dark age, because it was more important to gain political favor, territory, etc., than to develop and expand the well-being of your people. All right. Let's move up our Warhawk. Our Warhawk's got enough armor here. It can probably tank a little bit. Let's see. We're actually in a good place for doing some multi-target here. So what if we do... hit the Warhawk, and we'll take a shot at the Vapor Eagle. Put the plasma cannon into the Vapor Eagle and the tag into the Vapor Eagle, and see if maybe we can finish off the Warhawk here. Let's see. Not enough to finish off the Warhawk. Right, see the Warhawk is doing the smart thing and trying to retreat a little bit there. So actually, the Warhawk's AI is doing the right thing there by being conservative. Let's see. Our Warhawk is overheating from all this artillery. All right. Okay. Right, we might as well take a shot at this base. No, we're going to have to skip a turn. So yeah, I mean the BattleTech is all a political drama where the the battle mechs and the warriors are all kind of secondary to the political machinery that involves the world of BattleTech. And that's, it's kind of intriguing. If you read the lore, especially the novels,
Waiting for orders.
it's really a political drama when you think about it,
Moving to
where the battles are kind of secondary to the goals and objectives of the members of the Inner Sphere. Now, of course, with this game, we can just focus on the fun of stompy robots. And don't get me wrong, I love it. That's what we're here for. But the political intrigue in the lore and the novels is very interesting stuff. And it really does show you some of the best and worst of the human race, which is probably why the stories are so compelling. All right, let's see if we can get rid of this Warhawk. I think we're going to get knocked down there. No. I thought we took out the leg on the Warhawk. I mean, as you can see, I'm not aggressively going towards the objective until we clear out these enemy vehicles and mechs. There's no reason to rush towards the objective. Just because your objective is destroy the base doesn't mean that you have to go immediately towards the base. That's one of the things that players in BattleTech need to try to figure out, that just because you have an objective, there is no rush except for attack and defend and ambush convoy missions. Those are the two mission types where there is sort of a ticking clock, where you have to hurry. Other than that, there's no real hurry here. We're going to get knocked down on our Warhawk. Not good. All right. Okay. Luckily, the injury got resisted. All right, looks like the Vapor Eagle is going to push in for an opportunity to hit my Warhawk while it's down. Yep. Ouch. Ouch. All right, we're definitely going to have to pull that Warhawk back. But it's really hard. I mean, at various times, each of the houses has a compelling story that even Capellan has a compelling story where it makes them interesting, and then you can root for the houses at a short period of time. I would say the only Inner Sphere leader that almost has no redeemable values is Catherine Steiner during the FedCom Civil War. She was really a despicable person. Right, there goes that Vapor Eagle. Nice quick kill there. Good timing, too, because I've got to pull my Warhawk out of there. Or I need to just eject the Warhawk. Probably eject him. Assuming he survives here. Oh, no. There goes the Warhawk. Alright, 2 mechs down, so we got 5 mechs left.
Waiting for orders.
The enemy's definitely getting their pound of flesh from us on this mission. But whenever you fight the clans, it's never going to be easy. Never going to be easy. They're always going to take
A lock on me.
take a pound of flesh from you. I mean, we're up against 15 enemies plus 2 turrets. So the idea that we would get through this without taking some lumps is not very realistic.
On my way. Double time.
Alright, let's do a precision strike here. Really like to keep working on this. Yeah. We're going to overheat one way or the other. Might as well get a knockdown on this Warhawk. There we go. It's a good hit on that Warhawk.
Heavy damage.
Can probably finish him off with missiles.
I'm generating a lot of heat.
But we're overheated now.
Shutting down.
So the question is can the enemy get into a position where they can get some direct fire in on that Warhawk? I don't think they can. Ouch.
That hit something important.
Thank you, IMG, for taking care of that bot. Oh, don't tell me we're going to lose another Warhawk here. This is definitely a challenging mission, to say the least. Ouch.
Wounded.
Alright.
Right, Commander.
Alright. They're only going to give me so much opportunity here. The enemy has clearly decided that they're going to stay close to the base. So we're going to have to try to dig them out. Oh, I thought we killed that Warhawk there. That was... I think we got robbed a little bit, to be honest with you. Whoa. That's a lot of stability damage on our direwolf there. Alright, Gothzilla. Do your thing. Gothzilla is kind of our secret weapon here. Alright, there we go. There goes the Warhawk. We still have a lot of enemy forces on the map here. Don't know if we have the firepower to push through here. We'll have to see. We're going to have to get a couple kills here in a short period of time, or we're just going to get whittled down to the point because there's so many vehicles and mechs, and we still have some turrets to take care of.
Let's get fired up.
But we'll see what we can do here. So any feedback anybody has on how we can succeed in this mission, let me know. Alright, that does not help. That does not help. Ouch.
Took a heavy hit
I
there.
wonder if we need to withdraw from this mission. I'm not sure this mission's going to work out for us. We got a lot of firepower we still have to fight through here.
Serious hit.
A lot of enemy firepower. I want to thank everybody for joining. We're trying to fight through this destroy base mission. We've got, a total of 19 enemies on the field, including turrets. So this is definitely a nasty battle. Let's see, I don't want to think discretion is going to be the better part of valor here with our Timber Wolf. That Warhawk, it's probably, yep, there goes the Warhawk. So we got 4 mechs left. Yeah, I agree with you about vehicles and squishing them. Unfortunately, most of our... Wow, that's a lot of firepower.
You can see daylight through my armor.
Alright, sometimes a good mech commander needs to know when they need to withdraw. I think we're at that point. I think we're at the point where we're going to withdraw here. I don't do it often, but we're going to do it.
Wait, we're running away?
Yep, we are running away from this mission. This mission was not going to go well for us. Not going to go well, so I think we just had to... Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. And we had to decide that was not going to work. Alright, bad faith effort, so we're going to get nothing out of this. Except a whole bunch of repairs. Hi, big fluffy 10,000. We are playing Battletech Advanced, which is, in my opinion, the best mod for Battletech. Some people have different opinions, but I think this is the best mod for Battletech. It's also one of the easiest mods to install, so there's definitely that advantage as well. This is also a mod that is generally updated every 2 weeks to every month, so there's always something new in Battletech Advanced. It has, I think, over 300 mechs, including different versions of mechs. So I think it's about 350 total. I'd have to run the numbers, which is scary because that involves math. But yeah, this is a great mod for Battletech. If you liked Battletech but you feel that Battletech got boring for you, give Battletech Advanced a try. Alright, so we got to do some significant repairs here. It's not very often I withdraw from a mission, but that one was pretty nasty. I'm going to switch out this flamer for a tag. Okay. Alright, so that direwolf will be ready in a day, so that's good. Because we've got a lot of mechs to repair. Alright. Okay, we lost a heat bank and some double heat sinks. Luckily, we did not lose any weapons from this Warhawk, so that's a good thing. So in the end, it's just down to money. So, okay. And we'll just put in double heat sinks to replace that heat bank. All right, fortunately that'll just be 2 days, not too bad. I think we withdrew from that mission at just the right time before our damage got too bad. Okay. Yeah, all of these repairs are relatively minor considering what we are up against. Oh, we lost the heatsink kit. Oh no, I don't have another clan double heatsink kit. Oh. Alright, so we're going to have to put in a regular heatsink kit. Then we're going to have to take all these clan double heatsinks out. and replace them with regular heat sinks. Now, fortunately, we have enough pod space in this mech that it's not going to make that big of a difference. We should get about the same performance out. Okay. Oops, wrong. There. All right, so actually that wasn't too bad, other than the cost. We're actually going to have that mech back up and running in one day. So again, I think we left that last mission at just the right time. I don't think this Warhawk is going to be the same story. Yeah. You know what? We're going to fix that Warhawk off camera. That's going to take a while. And I don't want to bore you guys with mech repairs. Alright. So let's prioritize the mechs we can get back into the field as quickly as possible. Alright, let's wait a couple days. Get that direwolf and those other mechs repaired as quickly as possible. And we got another mission on this planet. It's a recovery mission in the jungle. So heat is obviously going to be a concern, folks. Alright, we'll take our direwolf, our Godzilla, our Warhawk, our Night Gyro, our Night Gear. Take our Timberwolf, and let's see. We'll take a Sun Spider. Or should we take another assault? No, I got 2 assaults, 3 assaults technically. Yeah, we don't need. We're not going to... I could just take assaults and just overpower every map, but that's not going to be a lot of fun. So we'll take the Sun Spider. I'm going to have to be very careful with that Sun Spider because it's designed as a fire support, direct fire support mech. So we can't expose that Sun Spider to a lot of fire or it will be crushed. Once again, Big Fluffy, thank you for joining us. We'd love to see you engaged in the chat room. So if you have any questions about this mod or Battletech in general, the only thing that we say no to in the chat is political commentary. You can talk about inner sphere politics or clan politics, but any politics, especially United States politics, we like to avoid in the chat room. Other than that, it's a fair game. We also have a Funko Pop giveaway, so everybody who follows us gets entered into our Funko Pop giveaway. All right. Uh-oh. Did we have a game crash? No. All right. Begin mission. Good. All right, let's jump into this. So we encourage everybody to give us a follow. The more you're engaged in our channel, the more chances you get to win a Funko Pop. So if you get think of it this way. So if you give us a follow, that's 1 entry. If you engage in the chat room, that's another entry. If you visit us for multiple streams, that's another couple entries. So the more you get involved in our channel, the better your chances of winning. But the minimum to get your hat thrown into the Funko Pop giveaway is 1 follow. and I actually track the activity as much as possible so I can give everybody their rewards for being involved with our mission. All right, so we got to get to this target zone up here. We've got 3 enemy lances. Now keep in mind we're fighting the clan, so each lance is actually a star, and we have 5 mechs to a star. All right, so we got a gargoyle, a Bane, which I'd like to get a part of, an Atlas 2, and a Mars assault vehicle here right in front of us. So let's go after this group first. There's no way that we're not going to take this shot at the rear of an Atlas. So let's do that for sure. Maybe we can get a nice quick kill on this Atlas. There we go. 1 enemy down. Whenever you can get an enemy's rear, you have to take the shot. There's no doubt about it. Even if it's not a mech that you are particularly concerned about, if you can take it off the field, you should do that. The Bane is an interesting mech, actually. I wouldn't mind putting a Bane together. All right, let's push up. Let's try to hit this first enemy star before the other enemy stars converge. See, we have another enemy star that's coming up behind that initial enemy star. So let's try to push up. Take out this initial enemy force before we have multiple enemies coming down on us. We can hit the gargoyle, the Bane, the Mars assault vehicle. It's all about the same, so we might as well go for the gargoyle here. Alright, this is definitely going to be an interesting battle. We have to fight our way up the hill, up the mountain, and enemy forces are going to be converging on us. We've got 15 enemies on this map. So while we don't like to be worried about a quote-unquote ticking clock, in this particular situation, there is a significant impetus on us to move quickly towards the objective here. Because the enemies are just going to keep converging on our location. And we don't have a lot of maneuverability because of the fact that we're up on the side of a cliff. All right, let's keep hitting this gargoyle. Nice hits there. Oh, we got a missile boat somewhere. Either a missile vehicle or a missile mech. Which means if it's in the distance, all of the mechs that are closest to us are going to be giving vision to those missile boats. So if we have lots of missile boats that are in these other support lances, that's going to make this mission particularly nasty, because those follow-up stars can actually add their firepower to whichever star that we're fighting at the time. Now another challenge here is our most powerful mech is our slowest mech here. So how much can we push up while we try to get the Gothzilla in position to be part of this battle? That's a question. Yeah, so that's enemy, those are support. That's missile support coming from some of the other stars, not the star that's directly in front of us. So we're going to have multiple stars fighting, engaging us each round here, as you can see. Now, we can minimize the impact of that fire support by staying as evasive as possible, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. That we're going to have a lot of firepower coming in on us each round. Now we can mitigate that by staying evasive. We can mitigate it by taking out these mechs that have vision on us.
Light damage. Holding firm.
But really, this is okay. That mad dog. So if there's multiple mad dogs in the other lances, that is where a lot of that missile firepower is coming from. Is from those mad dogs that are on the other side of the hill. They have a lot of missile firepower for their tonnage. All right, our turn to get in this fight now. All right. All right, so let's keep our night gear to the rear because it's a missile boat and it doesn't have a lot of armor. All right, let's keep hitting that gargoyle. Purely due to the hit percent chances there. All right, we got some structural damage. Good. Good to see. All right, the Bane is pushing away. That's actually good for us because it's armed with ACs. Ooh. Oh, rough hits on our night gear. So we're going to have to pull our night gear way back.
Standing by.
That was nasty. That was nasty. So we're also going to keep the Sun Spider to the rear here because it also has support weapons. All right.
All weapons back, go.
All right, good hits on that gargoyle there.
Hit something good.
Took out one of its primary weapons.
I'm receiving you.
All right. We're going to have to keep evasive here. So it's going to be a constant trade-off of evasion
Copy that, Commander.
versus putting firepower on the enemy. So that was a pretty good move there because we can put a lot of firepower on the enemy here and still stay very evasive. Love to try to get rid of this gargoyle on this round.
Critical hit, Commander.
We're going to have to get rid of an enemy around at least. Otherwise, we're going to run out of armor before we complete the objective. Again, staying evasive is helping us. As you can see, very few of those missiles are actually hitting. But it's hard to stay evasive on the side of a mountain. So we're going to have to be very creative about how we move our mechs around while still slowly working our way up the mountain. Okay.
I got him. Yeah.
Alright. Same thing with the Warhawk here. We want to try to keep it as evasive as we can while bringing fire down on the enemy. Okay. Let's do a precision strike here. I wouldn't mind just knocking this gargoyle out.
Locking in. All weapons.
Not enough. Gargoyles might not have the most firepower, but they have lots of armor. So that's why that gargoyle is taking... Again, staying evasive here is helping us a lot. Because it's protecting our armor from all these missile boats that are on the other side of this mountain, obviously. Staying evasive is what's keeping us alive here. Otherwise, if we didn't stay evasive, there's so many enemies here that we would just get overwhelmed. In retrospect, I probably should have really emphasized more evasion on the last mission.
Going turbo.
So, one of the things about Battletech is I always feel like I learn from my mistakes and try to find ways to be better in our next mission. All right, let's do multi-target here. Let's also hit this Mad Dog. Try to get that tag on that Mad Dog. And everything else into the gargoyle. There we go. There goes a gargoyle. All right, so there's our enemy for this round that we got rid of. So if we could take out an enemy each round, eventually we'll succeed. I should be brilliant learning from my mistakes. Because I do make a lot of mistakes. I think that's what you're saying, IMG. And hey, I can accept that reality. Alright, alright. I want to really hit this Bane hard because it's got all these Ultra Cannon 10s on it. I'm going to start working on that Bane. Those Banes are pretty nasty, actually. Yep, I think we all make mistakes in Battletech because the complexity of the game dictates that no scenario is always the same. So if we never made mistakes in a game, then we don't play a game very often again. At least for me, if a game is too easy, I lose interest very fast. Which is probably why it's almost been 3 years since Battletech came out, and I still play it almost every day. So, I mean, I have taken breaks, but I would say out of those 3 years, I've probably played every day except for maybe 60 days. And that includes times where I've been on vacation, times when I just didn't have time to play video games. Those are all included in that. All right, our night gear is getting wrecked. Not good. That's what I get for pushing the night gear up aggressively. I'm paying the price. All right, so now all the night gear can do is do a little fire support for us, because it's lost half of its weapons. So we'll just keep the night gear in the background and just use its 40 LRMs every round. And hopefully they'll stop shooting at the night gear.
Heading out.
Okay. So this Bane took a lot of damage in one of its legs already. So let's do a precision strike on that leg again. I'd love to get knocked down here. Close to getting knocked down on that Bane. That Bane is the one mech that's really giving us the big headache that's on the map right now, because it's got a lot of firepower with those quad AC-10s. Now eventually he is going to have problems with accuracy. Right, let's keep our Timberwolves evasive and moving from cover to cover.
All right.
And we'll go after this Mad Dog here. Mad Dogs have a lot of firepower, but they're very squishy. Alright, there goes the Mad Dog. That's good. Alright, let's get our other Timberwolf up. Evasive and into cover. We got a precision strike available. If we can take out the leg on this Bane, that would be very nice. There we go. Knockdown on the Bane.
Solid connection.
Alright, good. So those of you that are keeping score, we've taken out multiple mechs on this round. So that's really helping us. Even though, if you look at the counter in the top right of the screen, it's not showing that I killed any enemies, which is not true at all. I think that's just a glitch. An annoying glitch. Alright, let's push up the Warhawk here. Alright, we got a Gargoyle. But we're going to keep working on this Bane. Let's go for the head. Alright, head hit there. Close to finishing off that Bane. Alright, here comes the missile support from the other side of the mountain. Fortunately, we're so evasive that it's not that big of a deal. So this is why evasion is so important. Especially when you're outnumbered, you have to stay evasive. Note to self, you should have done that last mission, Jeff. That was, again, my biggest mistake on that last map is I should have stayed more evasive. Alright, let's push up with our dire wolf here. Want to see if we could finish off this Bane. Alright, let's go for the head. We can do that because he's on the ground. Oh, we did not hit the head there. Disappointing. Alright, Godzilla. Let's get you into this fight. Alright, same thing. Go for the head. We'll probably get an engine kill here. Yep, there goes the engine. Skewed one, you fell asleep. Or is that a commentary on our gameplay that you fell asleep? I'm just kidding. Certainly, please go get some rest, and we will see you tomorrow, of course. Take care, Skewed one. We'll see you soon. Thank you for your moderator help, as always, in the chat room. Alright, this is where our evasion is helping us again. All this missile fire coming from the other side of the mountain. We would be in serious trouble if we didn't have evasion high on all of our mechs. Now, fortunately, we've cleared enough of the enemy out here that we can actually probably push up as my next bit of evasiveness instead of going for lateral movements. Alright, we got a missile carrier that moved up. Again, luckily we're evasive. Otherwise, that would be very bad news. We need to try to take out those two vehicles that are on the cliff there. Arguably the biggest threat for us right now. So let's work on that weapons carrier first and foremost. Because that's the squishiest of the two targets. I still don't understand why it's saying we haven't killed any of the enemies. I'm assuming that's just a glitch. But the downside of that is even if we destroy all the enemies here, it's probably going to make us get to the evac instead of just saying the mission is completed. We need to be careful with the sun spider because it's very fragile. So we're going to keep it evasive here, cross our fingers, and see if we can use it to get rid of that that weapons carrier here. Almost. Almost. Good hits there. We gotta keep staying evasive here. So we're gonna, that's the theme of the day. Alright, so let's push up with our Timberwolves. We need to take these enemies out because we're right in the belly of the beast here. No, behind the weapons carrier is a Mars assault vehicle.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any artillery come our way yet. Alright, so let's push up. Try to capture the top of the hill here. Alright, so now we can see what's behind the hill. What do we have? Vehicle, 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 vehicle. So this is where all that missile fire is coming from. It's from all these vehicles down in the other valley. Oh, another vehicle. That is what's really giving us the biggest headache. So once those vehicles lose vision, it's going to help us a lot. 20% on that lance. See, there's no way I've only killed 20% of one lance on this mission. I haven't. So we've actually killed multiple enemies here. So I think the counter is off. Let's push up. Again, we're trying to keep our evasion high. This jungle environment is not helping us. Begin stepping on the vehicles. So, Steinen, I could, except the vehicles... The vehicles are way down on the other side of the valley, number one. And number two, we're in clan mechs for the most part, and clan mechs cannot do melee worth a darn, even against vehicles. So with clan mechs, you're always better off going for shots instead of melee. IMG, just jinx because you just said the same thing. I would say great minds think alike, but I don't think I can give myself that much credit. So maybe I could say great mind as in IMG and average mind, me, think alike. That's probably the closest we can get. All right, there goes that Mars assault vehicle. So we just have this gargoyle to get to the target zone. And then we're going to have the challenge of probably doing an evac here. Because I don't know if I want to bother taking out all those enemy vehicles. Clan mechs confirmed to be inferior. because they can't do melee. Cypher, you take your favorite punch bot. I'll take my favorite clan mech, and we'll have a duel. And I'm pretty sure my clan mechs will win.
Minimal damage.
It wasn't clan mechs that caused the clans to be defeated. It was their bad military strategy. Pound for pound, a clan mech can take on 4 or 5 inner sphere mechs. That's mainly why I like parts. Take the clan parts and put them in the inner sphere mechs. Yeah, you could do that. You can definitely do that. But it's a very expensive proposition to do what you're proposing. Sometimes it's cheaper just to put clan mechs together instead of taking all the technology and putting it into inner sphere mechs. Because that could be a very pricey proposition. Ooh, our Warhawk is probably not going to last much longer. We're probably going to have to eject that Warhawk. I'm surprised that Warhawk didn't die there. The only thing that probably saved it was the fact that it was evasive. Alright. Alright, we're going to be aggressive here with the Sun Spider. Okay, we got a Puma in the distance, and then we have this Gargoyle. Let's actually go after the Puma. Not a lot of damage on that Puma. Probably wasn't worth pushing the Sun Spider up for that shot. No, I totally get it. And in a perfect world, I would like to have a lance that was half clan and half inner sphere with clan parts put into the inner sphere. See, these are all Pumas. That's what all this firepower is coming from. So on that note, guys, I'm going to have to leave you with a cliffhanger because I need I actually have a contractor coming in a few minutes, and I need to take care of that. So it's going to be a slightly shorter stream than I expected, but we'll see you next time, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time for some more BTA. And hopefully we could get on later and do some other bonus streams. We'll see what happens. So, sorry we couldn't finish this mission, but